It looks a little suspicious when someone dies right after they get a large inheritance check. Not exactly,
You think?
Not something that you just kind of brush off when they start looking at circumstances going, that's a little odd. He got that $30 million and now suddenly he's dead and you are supposedly going to get some of this. Happened in North Dakota, a shocking turn of events. Thea Kenoyer was 47, facing Class AA felony murder charges for the alleged poisoning of her boyfriend, Stephen Edward Riley Jr., 51, who passed away on September 5th, 2023, at a Bismarck hospital. The startling revelation came to light after an autopsy disclosed that Riley had succumbed to poisoning, specifically ethylene glycol, which is a primary component of antifreeze.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, another antifreeze.
I'm sorry.
poisoning.
That's a typical thing for a dog or, maybe an outdoor cat to be poisoned by, but not a person.
Yeah, it's a slow death if someone's being poisoned by antifreeze. And some people do it where it's like they just do it incrementally. I've heard so many Dateline episodes where that's what was happening. And it's relatively hard to spot because it tastes like Gatorade. So
yeah, and it does. And I don't know this for a fact, but I've always heard that it tastes good, at least to animals. That's where my expertise comes from. And I've dealt with a lot of antifreeze poisoning, especially in the winter in Wisconsin and when I worked in the vet industry. And it's frightening and the symptoms come on quickly. So I imagine it's quite the same for the human body as well.
And it's easy to mask as well if you're putting it in somebody's drink because it tastes sweet. So that's what we see in a lot of cases where it's like, and they like I've heard it like in protein shakes or things that would otherwise have like a sweet component to them. If you don't know who's giving it to you. According to the Minot, is it Minot?
Minot.
Yeah, Minot Police
And I'm
Department.
ashamed that I know that. I lived in North Dakota for 7 months when I started in radio. Worst 7 months of my existence.
You liked that area that much, did you?
I was in Fargo. It was the most painful place I've ever lived in my entire life.
Fargo. I have another friend who lived in Fargo for a little while doing radio and then left. But you know them. You know him too. Anyway, it was arrested on October 30th, 2023 in connection with Riley's ultimate demise. The case has sent shockwaves through that community. Investigators suspect that her motive behind the alleged murder was financial gain. Riley was on the verge of receiving a substantial inheritance of $30 million and had plans to terminate his relationship with Kenoyer. How are we saying her name? Kenoyer.
Kenoyer. I don't know.
Witnesses reported that Riley began feeling unwell on September 3rd, 2023, just days before he was supposed to meet with an attorney to formalize his inheritance. Emergency responders were summoned the following day when Riley became unresponsive, leading to his transfer to a different hospital where he ultimately passed away. While Kenoyer initially offered alternative explanations for Riley's condition, the autopsy results unequivocally established poisoning as the cause of death. Friends and family of the deceased contended that Kenoyer had used antifreeze to poison Riley, a claim supported by investigators. The New York Times reported that Kenoyer and Riley had been in a relationship for a decade, but Kenoyer allegedly grew distraught upon learning of Riley's intentions to end the relationship after receiving the inheritance. Kenoyer reportedly told investigators that she intended to split the inheritance with Riley's son. How kind of her. Asserting herself as Riley's common-law wife due to their lengthy relationship. However, it's important to note that North Dakota does not legally recognize common-law marriages, further kind of complicating that whole I'm going to say I'm your common-law wife thing. According to the Minot Daily News, Kenoyer even proposed alternative scenarios in which Riley might have accidentally ingested antifreeze. I don't know how you accidentally...
That happens. It comes in a big jug.
Yeah. It's like, I thought it was the Castrol that I was getting, but it turned out it was antifreeze. Riley's friends have come forward alleging that Kenoyer had previously mentioned the idea of poisoning her boyfriend with antifreeze. How does that come up in conversation, really? I mean, having a beer?
I'm guessing you're hanging out at the local bar and you're talking about how much you despise your boyfriend and how you'd like to poison him. And, well, antifreeze might be an easy way to do it.
God. Riley's deteriorating health on the same day he was supposed to meet with the attorneys and go through that. Despite their concerns, Kenoyers assured them that Riley was merely suffering from heat stroke. The charges against Kenoyer are particularly severe as she faces Class A double felony murder charges, the most severe category of murder charges in North Dakota. If convicted, she could face some very severe legal consequences in this case.
Just a second. Go back. He passed away September 5th. So thinking like maybe Labor Day weekend, and she was trying to blame this on heat stroke.
Yeah.
Heat stroke in the Midwest typically happens July and August.
Well,
September, the humidity has come down. You're not getting, 90% humidity and 100 degrees.
But remember, she was going to split it with his son. So that makes it all okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be generous. I do wonder now who's all trying to jump at the $30 million that is not going to him anymore because he's dead. I'm assuming maybe that goes right to his son now, next of kin. I'm assuming that's where it goes to.
I would think so. And there's a lot of money in North Dakota. There's a lot of beet farmers, and they sell those beets to make sugar. There's a ton of money in North Dakota, so this is not a surprising story.
I was not aware that there was large, profitable beet farms in North Dakota. Sounds very Dwight Schrute-ish.
Oh, I'll tell you, there's a lot of old money in North Dakota, and they don't like new people. I know I'm generalizing, but that was kind of the issue.
Because you weren't a beet farmer and wealthy?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not a beet farmer. I'm not wealthy, but damn it, I have a voice. Is that kind of how it went?
There you go.
And then you left.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.